When you see someone smile and your whole chest just stops, like someone pressed pause on your heart. And for 1 second, nothing else matters. Hi, I'm Cora. And before I saw that smile, my life was gray. Not sad gray, just boring gray. I worked at a small bookshop. The kind with dusty windows and a cat named Muffin who hated everyone. Every day was the same. Wake up, spill coffee on my shirt, go to work, sell 2 books, go home, watch TV, sleep, repeat. I wasn't unhappy. I was just empty, like a glass that's clean but has no water. My friend said, Cora, you need to go out more. But going out meant putting on real pants. And real pants are tight. So I said no. Then one Tuesday, a normal Tuesday, the kind where you forget what day it is. I was behind the counter, reading a romance novel. The kind where the man climbs a tree to say sorry. I laughed and thought, that never happens in real life. The door opened. Little bell rang. I didn't look up. I always say welcome. Let me know if you need help. Same words. Every time. But then I heard a laugh. Not a big laugh. A small one. Like someone read something funny on their phone. I looked up. And there he was. He wasn't a movie star. No perfect hair. His shirt had a small stain. His shoes were old. But his eyes, they were looking at a book. A silly book about gardening. And he smiled. Not at me. At the book. Like the book told him a joke. And that smile. Oh boy. That smile hit me like a pillow fight I didn't see coming. Soft, but strong enough to knock me over. My hands got sweaty. My face got hot. Muffin the cat looked at me like, what's wrong with you, human? I wanted to say something cool. Something like, that's a great choice. But what came out was, plants are nice. He looked at me, raised one eyebrow, then smiled again. At me this time. They are, he said. But I don't know anything about plants. I just like the pictures. I laughed. A real laugh. The kind that comes from your belly. And I thought, oh no, I'm in trouble. That's how it started. Small. Silly. A man buying a gardening book he didn't need. His name was Leo. He came back the next day. Then the next. He bought cookbooks, but he told me he couldn't cook. He bought travel books, but he never traveled. He just wanted to talk. And I let him. Because when he smiled, I forgot about the gray. The boring. The pizza alone on Friday nights. His smile was like a window. And for the first time in years, I wanted to climb out. We started meeting for coffee. Not fancy coffee. The cheap kind from the gas station. We'd sit on a broken bench outside. He'd tell me about his job at the hardware store. I'd tell him about Muffin's latest attack on a customer. One day, he said, Cora, why do you always look down when you walk? I didn't know. I just did. To avoid people. To avoid hope. Try looking up, he said. You might see something good. So I tried. And I saw the sky. And I saw a bird. And I saw him smiling at me. That was the first time I thought, maybe this is love. Not the movie kind. The real kind. The kind that grows slow, like a plant you forget to water, but it still lives. But here's the thing about love. It's not safe. It's not a blanket. It's more like a fire. Warm and beautiful. But if you get too close, you burn. I didn't know I was walking into a fire. I thought I was walking into a garden. 3 months passed. 3 beautiful months. We held hands. We shared ice cream. He called me at night just to say, hey, you're nice. I never felt so full. Then one evening. Rainy. The kind of rain that makes the world smell like mud. He came to the bookshop. His face was different. No smile. My stomach dropped. You know that feeling? When you know something bad is coming. Before anyone says a word. He said, Cora, can we talk? I said, sure. But my voice cracked. We sat in the back room. Boxes of books everywhere. Muffin was sleeping. Lucky cat. He held my hand. Then let it go. I have to move, he said. Far away. My mom is sick. I need to take care of her. My brain stopped. Okay, I said. I can come with you. He shook his head. No. You have your life here. Your shop. Your friends. I can't ask you to leave. But I want to, I said. My eyes were burning. He looked at me. His eyes were wet. Cora, you're amazing. But I can't do long distance. I'm not strong enough. I wanted to scream. I wanted to say, then be stronger. But I didn't. Because I saw his face. He was already gone. Not his body. His heart. His heart had already packed its bags. He stood up. I'm sorry, he said. And then he walked out. The bell on the door rang. Same sound as the first day. But this time, it wasn't a beginning. It was an end. I sat there for an hour. Muffin woke up, looked at me, and walked away. Even the cat left. I went home. I didn't cry. Not yet. I just sat on my bed, staring at the wall, thinking about that first smile, the gardening book, the stain on his shirt. And I realized something. Love doesn't always leave with a fight. Sometimes it leaves quietly, with a bell and a sorry. That was the heartbreak. Not the big drama. Not the yelling. Just the silence after. I didn't go to work for 3 days. I ate cereal for dinner. I watched sad movies on purpose. I wanted to feel worse. Because feeling worse felt better than feeling nothing. My friend Maya called. Cora, come out. Let's get pizza. I said no. She said, Cora, I'll buy the breadsticks too. I said okay. Because breadsticks. But even with Maya, I wasn't there. My body was at the table. But my heart was still in that back room. Hearing the bell ring. Watching him leave. Maya said, you'll get over him. I said, I know. But I didn't know. Because how do you get over a smile? A smile isn't a person. A smile is a feeling. And feelings don't just disappear. They hide. Under your bed. In your coffee cup. In the gardening section of a bookshop. Weeks passed. Then months. I went back to my gray life. Wake up. Spill coffee. Sell books. Go home. But something was different. The gray wasn't just boring now. It was heavy. Like wearing a wet coat. I stopped reading romance novels. Too painful. I started reading murder mysteries. At least in those, someone died and you found out why. In real life, people leave and you never get an answer. One night, I couldn't sleep. 2 a.m. I was lying in bed, counting the cracks in the ceiling. And I thought, I can't do this forever. I can't be sad about a gardening book for the rest of my life. So I made a decision. A small one. The next day, I would do one thing different. Just one. The next morning, I didn't spill my coffee. That was a win. Then at work, a little girl came in. She wanted a book about unicorns. Her mom said no. The little girl started to cry. Big tears. The sad kind. I walked over. Hey, I said. What's your favorite color? Pink, she said, sniffling. I found a book with a pink unicorn on the cover. This one is on sale, I said. It wasn't. But I didn't care. The little girl smiled. And right there, in that moment, something tiny happened inside me. A crack in the heavy coat. Not a big crack. Just a small one. But enough to let a little air in. That's when I started to understand something. Love isn't just about one person. Love is a muscle. You use it or you lose it. I had been using my love muscle only for Leo. And when he left, my muscle got weak. But that little girl's smile, it reminded me. I can still love. Just different. Smaller. Safer. I started looking for smiles everywhere. Not big ones. Small ones. The barista who smiled when she gave me my coffee. The old man who smiled at his dog. Muffin the cat, who never smiled but blinked slow, which is basically the same thing. And slowly, the gray started to fade. Not all the way, but a little. Then one day, I got a letter. A real letter. With a stamp and everything. No one sends letters anymore. So I knew. It was from Leo. My hand shook. My heart did that weird jump thing. I opened it slow, like opening a door you're scared to walk through. He wrote, Cora, I'm sorry I left like that. I was a coward. My mom got better. She asked about you. I didn't know what to say. I'm back in town. I work at the same hardware store. I walk past the bookshop sometimes. I see you through the window. You look sad. And it's my fault. I'm not asking for anything. I just wanted to say, I miss your laugh. And I'm sorry. Leo. I read it 5 times. Then 10. Then I put it down and made tea. Then I picked it up again. What do you do when the person who broke you comes back? Do you open the door? Do you lock it and throw away the key? I didn't know. So I called Maya. He wrote you a letter, she said. Who does that? Serial killers and old people. Maya, be serious. Okay. What do you want to do? I don't know. Yes, you do. You just scared. She was right. I was scared. Not of him. Of me. Of falling again. Of trusting a smile that once walked away. I decided to do nothing. For 1 week, I would do nothing. No letter back. No visit. Just think. That week was hard. Every time the bell on the door rang, I looked up. Every time I saw a man with old shoes, my heart jumped. But it wasn't him. Just regular people buying regular books. By day 5, I was tired. Tired of waiting. Tired of being scared. So I wrote back. Short. Leo. I'm not sad because of you. I'm sad because I stopped living. Meet me at the broken bench on Saturday. 3 p.m. Bring coffee. Cora. Saturday came. I wore my favorite shirt. The one without any stains. I brushed my hair. I looked in the mirror and said, Cora, whatever happens, you are okay. You were okay before him. You'll be okay after. I got to the bench first. Sat down. The wood was still broken. The world still turned. I waited. 3 o'clock came. 3:05. 3:10. I started to think he wasn't coming. My heart started to shrink. The gray started to creep back. Then I saw him. He was walking slow, holding 2 cups of coffee. His hair was different, shorter. His face was thinner, but his eyes, same eyes. He sat down next to me, not too close, just close enough. Hi, he said. Hi, I said. He handed me a coffee, still cheap, still from the gas station. I laughed, a small laugh, but real. We sat in silence for a minute, not awkward silence, the kind where you're both scared to speak because words are too heavy. Then he said, I was stupid. I said, yeah, you were. He smiled, a sad smile. I thought leaving was protecting you, but I was just protecting myself. I looked at him, really looked, and I saw it. The same man, but different, older, softer, like a book that got wet and dried in the sun. Still the same story, but the pages were wrinkled. Why did you come back? I asked. He put his coffee down, turned to me, because I saw a girl with pink hair at the hardware store. She was buying paint, and she smiled. And it wasn't your smile, but it reminded me of your smile. And I realized, I have been looking for your smile in every face I see, and no one has it. Only you. I wanted to be angry. I wanted to say, you can't just leave and come back and say pretty things. But my heart didn't want to be angry. My heart wanted to sit on this broken bench and drink cheap coffee and look at his wrinkled shirt. So I said, I'm not the same, Leo. I'm not the girl who laughed at a gardening book. I'm a girl who cried for months, who stopped reading romance, who yelled at a cat. He laughed. You yelled at Muffin? Muffin deserved it. He smiled, a real smile. And for 1 second, I felt it again. The pause, the chest stop, the feeling that someone pressed pause on my heart. But this time, I didn't fall. I just stood there, inside myself, feeling it, but not drowning, because that's the thing about healing. It doesn't mean you never feel the old feelings again. It means you feel them and you don't break. We didn't rush. That was the difference. The first time, we jumped fast. Coffee every day, hands holding, ice cream sharing. It was a firework. Beautiful. But fireworks go out. This time, we went slow. Very slow. Like walking through a museum. Looking at each piece. Not rushing to the gift shop. We met once a week. Same bench. Same cheap coffee. We talked about small things. His mom's new hobby of knitting hats for ducks. My war with Muffin over who controls the bookshop chair. Muffin won. We didn't say, I love you. We didn't hold hands. We just sat and talked and sometimes laughed. One day he said, can I ask you something hard? Sure. What was the worst part? When I left. I thought for a minute. The silence, I said. The way the world just kept going. Birds still sang. People still laughed. But inside me, everything stopped. And no one saw it. He nodded. I'm sorry. I know. But here's the thing, Leo. I don't need sorry anymore. I need honesty. If you get scared again, tell me. Don't leave. Just say, I'm scared. That's all. He looked at me. I'm scared right now. Of what? Of messing this up again. Of hurting you again. I smiled. A real smile. Then we're both scared. Good. Let's be scared together. That's when I learned something important. Love isn't about not being scared. Love is about being scared and staying anyway. It's about showing up to the broken bench with cheap coffee and messy hair and saying, I'm here. Months passed. Slow months. Good months. We didn't move in together. We didn't get a dog. We just existed. In the same space. Breathing the same air. I started reading romance novels again. They were still silly. Men still climbed trees. But now I didn't laugh at them. I smiled. Because silly hope is still hope. One evening, Leo came to the bookshop. Muffin was sitting on the counter, judging everyone as usual. Leo walked up, put a book on the counter. A gardening book. Same one from the first day. I laughed. You still don't know anything about plants. I know, he said. But I like the pictures. He looked at me. His eyes were soft. Cora, I'm not going anywhere. I just want you to know that. Even if we fight. Even if things get hard. I'm not leaving again. I felt my chest do that pause thing again. But this time, it wasn't scary. It was warm. Like a blanket. Like a fire that wasn't too hot. I said, can I tell you something? Anything. When I saw you smile, the first time, I thought my life would change. And it did. But not because of you. Because of me. That smile woke me up. Made me want more. You didn't give me that feeling. You just showed me I already had it. He didn't say anything. He just reached out and held my hand. And for the first time, I didn't pull away. I held back. We're not perfect now. No story is. Sometimes I still get sad. Sometimes he still gets scared. Last week, we fought about what to watch on TV. He wanted a documentary about trains. I wanted a cooking show. We didn't talk for 2 hours. Then he brought me a cupcake and said, you were right. Trains are boring. We laughed. We ate the cupcake. We watched the cooking show. That's love. Not the big moments. The small ones. The cupcake after a fight. The cheap coffee on a broken bench. The gardening book you buy just to see someone smile. I still work at the bookshop. Muffin still hates everyone. But now, when I look up from my romance novel, I don't see gray. I see colors. Red from the roses outside. Blue from the sky. Yellow from the stupid sun that won't stop shining. And sometimes, when the bell on the door rings, I see him. Leo. With his stained shirt and old shoes and that smile. That beautiful, simple, amazing smile. And I think to myself, yeah, this is it. This is the life I almost missed because I was too scared to look up. So if you're out there, feeling gray, feeling heavy, feeling like love broke you and left you with nothing but a wet coat and a sad cat, look up. Not because love will find you, but because you might find yourself. And that's even better. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm Cora, and I hope one day you see a smile that changes everything. Or maybe you become the smile that changes someone else. Now go drink some cheap coffee. And don't forget the breadsticks.